Hi, I'm Nancy Agostini. I worked for Dave for over 23 years. I started as an intern when he was still at NBC, and I finished as co-executive producer at CBS when the show ended in 2015. When I was writer's receptionist for the show, sometimes I got to fill in and help in like PA duties. Jimmy Smits was a guest when he was still on NYPD Blue, and I don't remember how it happened or what happened, but somehow he ended up in a hotel room around the corner, and he ended up like doing naked push-ups, and he ended up in the shower. It was all completely bizarre. But I remember I had to go over there with them, and I had to go to a store on the corner and buy new underpants for Jimmy Smits so that he could go home when it was over.
When you left your hotel, somebody else is in that hotel right now.
Oh, who?
Well, here, Hal, turn on the hotel camera. This guy right here, Jimmy Smits, is in the hotel freshening up.
Jimmy Smits?
Yeah, that's right. There he is. Okay, that's enough. He was on the... Did you guys leave a giant blue dot in the room? Because we apparently found it for you. All right, stop it.
And then there was the time we did the week of shows in Los Angeles, and I was still receptionist, and there was a change of the top 10 list. Dave crossed off a few of the jokes, and Rob wrote the new jokes in on the blue card, handed it to me, and I went to Chiron to go fix it. I messed up, and I misunderstood which jokes were wrong. So when Dave read the jokes that night on the show, he got to like 6, 5, 4, and the audience went, whoa, because what he was saying was completely different than what was on the Chiron. And of course, when we aired the show that night, they fixed it and made the Chiron match what he said. So then it made no sense at all that like regular jokes, the audience just reacting, whoa, but it was all because I messed up.
Offering free upgrade on next Hertz rental. Yep. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, trying to lure them out of hiding with carload of tacos. Yeah! Yeah! All right. Number 3, ask the Menendez brothers to get in touch if they hear anything. Number 2, before a sinking putt, takes a good look in the cup to make sure they ain't hiding there. And the number 1 way OJ is searching for the real killers, watching Real Killer Night on Jeopardy. There you go. Somehow I think it's the dog's fault.
Must be.
The dog got into the file, got out the wrong list.
Yeah, that's
it
right.
happens every time.
For the last maybe 10 years of the show, I somehow became Barbara Gaines's permanent sub at the podium. But we did a piece that was, what you do to end the summer. And one of the jokes was that, don't eat the charcoal briquettes. And for some reason, the way they made the charcoal briquettes was they used brownies and with black food dye. And I guess no one tested them beforehand, and I didn't think to ask anyone to test them beforehand. But then on camera, Dave took a bite of the brownie and his whole mouth just turned black, like black, black, black. And I was at the podium thinking, oh my God, I've killed Dave.
Yeah. It's a charcoal briquette like that. Talk about a good look. That's a good look.
How you doing, sweetheart? Come over here and help Daddy flip the burgers. I'm running a fever. Does it look okay to you, Doc?
The one person who always made me feel comfortable talking to them was Tom Hanks. He was always game to do anything. So one time he came on for a Christmas show and he did this bit where he had a piece of mistletoe that he held up over the camera lens and pretended he was like giving everyone at home a kiss for Christmas under the mistletoe. At the commercial break, I remember he was telling a story about Germany and like the the architecture in Germany, and he had these art cards, so I brought them up to Dave. As we were coming to the end of commercial, Tom Hanks started doing this thing, and he like motioned me over, and I thought, oh my God, what did I not put out here? What did I do wrong? What did I forget for Tom Hanks, our favorite? And then this is what happened. Sometimes I would tell a story up in the dressing room or up in the offices, and then the story would end up on the show too. I told Dave a story about when I came to Hawaii and we went to see Don Ho, and we did a meet and greet at the end, and somehow at the end of the show, Don Ho like hugged me in this creepy way and like laced his fingers through my fingers. It was bizarre. The whole time I was in there just thinking, someone please get Don Ho off me. And then every so often on the show, just out of the blue, Dave would be in the middle of the monologue and go, someone get Don Ho off of me.
So we're pulling out all of the stops for the February ratings period, and we are doing something called, it's a very popular segment, The Late Show, a secret mystery word phrase. And nobody got it tonight. And
no one got it
No,
again.
so we added another $5,000 to the jackpot. Tonight's secret mystery word phrase was, somebody get Don Ho off me.
No one got
Once
that.
again, nobody got
No one got that.
tonight's secret mystery word phrase.
Somebody got that.
Somebody get Don Ho off me.
Yeah.
So we add another $5,000, and
Okay.
we'll be playing again tomorrow.
The board goes back.
I think you freaky, and I like you a lot.
That is the phrase.
We did this one piece on the show called It's Better to Have Lou Rawls and Not Need Him Than to Need Lou Rawls and Not Have Him. And that was the whole bit. Like, there's a whole thing about it. But now, in my family, that's our shorthand now for like, you know, oh, we might go to the beach, we bring a towel. We might go to where it might rain, we bring an umbrella. And we always just say, let's Lou Rawls it. And that means bring it just in case.
Yes.
Can I interrupt you just for a minute?
What is
here,
it,
Dave?
Alan? I'm sorry. Sorry,
I wanted
announcer Alan Coulter.
I want to introduce a special guest that we have sitting in the green room tonight.
Oh, really? Oh, sure. Go ahead, Alan.
Ladies and gentlemen, sitting in the green room all night long, Mr. Lou Rawls.
Wow. Hey, there he is. Fantastic.
Because it's better to have Lou Rawls and not need him than need Lou Rawls and not have him. Back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Alan.
Whenever it would snow in New York, Dave would always want like a bin full of snowballs behind his desk that he would throw at the camera, throw behind the window and things like that. One day when it was snowing, he called me over to the desk, and this is what happened.
We do this whenever it snows outside. One of the stagehands is thoughtful enough to go out and get me a bucket of snowballs.
Oh, boy.
See that? And late this summer, horsing around on a skateboard, I fell off and damaged my shoulder so badly as to immobilize it even to this day. So I can't throw.
Can't throw the
can't throw a
snowball.
snowball. But our producer Nancy has volunteered. Agostini Kim. She said, "I'll be happy to throw snowballs." All right, that's good. That's now. Just now you get in your range. Yeah! Oh my God! Whoa! That's unbelievable.
One of the really sweet traditions at Letterman was Dave would always announce major life events, marriages, births, things like that. So I remember when he announced our wedding, and he announced it right before the viewer mail, and we were so excited backstage, like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then he started asking people if they were going to the wedding, and he asked Paul, who said, oh, I wasn't invited. And then he asked Jerry Mulligan, who was a character, and said, oh, I wasn't invited. I was just like, it went from this amazing moment, like, oh my God, he's talking about my wedding, to, oh, please stop talking about my wedding.
I have an announcement to make. Let me see if you know this. You know who's getting married tomorrow?
Tell.
Huh?
Tell. Please
You know?
tell. Please tell.
No, do you know or are you just
No.
playing dumb? You
No,
don't
I don't.
know.
I don't
What do you mean you don't know? How can you not know?
I don't know. Well, it could be. Is it someone on our staff?
Yes. Not only someone on our staff, 2 members of our staff, and not only that, The Late Show's cutest couple ever.
Getting married to each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't know this?
No, I know it. I know it. I didn't know it was tomorrow. Are you going to the wedding, by the way?
Yeah. Gerard, are you going to the wedding?
I wasn't invited, Dave.
That seems about right.
There was an opportunity to go with Biff Henderson to Eagle Base in Bosnia for a Christmas special. I remember a few things from the trip. I remember every soldier there thanking Biff for his service in Vietnam. I remember getting a challenge coin, which is something the military gives you. If an officer gives you the coin, you have to be able to produce it whenever you see him or her again out in the world. Otherwise, you owe them a drink. But I remember being able to come home and tell Dave about that story about the challenge coins. And then I remember Dave making his own, and we all had Worldwide Pants challenge coins.
Do you have someone special back home?
Yes, my wife, Kirsty.
You have a picture of her?
Yes, I do.
I have someone special back home, too. You want to see? Sergeant, tell me, what do we have here?
What we have behind me is an M1A1 Abrams main battle tank.
And how much does it cost to operate this thing?
Sir, that would be a whole lot of money.
If I promise to only say nice things, can I yell at you like drill sergeants do? You are a very attractive man! You hear me, soldier? You are a very attractive man! You smell good, soldier! I want to be your friend! You hear me? Those pants are very flattering on you!
When I was at the podium, this year would be the control room and this year would be Dave on stage. Dave, for some reason, got it in his head he wanted to play some Eagles music, which it turns out is very expensive to clear music rights and that they're very litigious. But I just remember being at the podium and just hearing this year was just, no, don't let him play it. And this year was Dave and Paul and everyone on stage being like, let's play something. And then I'm just trying to like talk to Dave and be like, no, don't play it, no, don't play it, no, don't play it, no, don't play it. It was insane.
How expensive is it?
Too expensive.
Well, like how much? What are we talking about?
Well, I don't know. It's like every time we...
Like if we play one song, what's it
One
gonna do?
song?
One song?
Probably like $1,000.
All right, pick your favorite Eagles song and we'll hear it. Hold it. How much is it? So if we play an Eagles song, we'll get sued. Is that correct?
Yeah, they just don't want us, they just said no.
But for the Eagles music, you know what they want? If we can play it, but you know what it'll cost us? Take a
one
guess.
song?
One song, take a guess.
It must got to be more than 1,000 then.
Oh, yeah.
Is it $5,000?
More than 5,000.
Really? At $10,000 for I can't tell you what? More than.
Up.
100,000.
Up.
$500,000.
Half of $500,000.
Really? $250,000 to play I can't tell you why on this show.
Right. I'm just dying. Paul, aren't you now just really dying to play an Eagles
I wish
song?
I could play it. Some Eagles song.
Jerry, help us out here. We're having a little argument about Eagles licensing rights and such. What do you say? You're the director. You're the captain of the ship. What do you think?
I say we should play the music and see what happens.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah! You know what? I'm not that interested anymore.
When I first got hired at CBS, I was the writer's receptionist, and I didn't make a lot of money. Jill Davis, one of the writers, pitched a remote where Dave would try to find me a roommate. None of it worked out, let's say. So then after that, they tried to find me an apartment. We realized quickly that the apartments I could afford were too terrible to show on TV. They decided, well, they had to do something. They wanted to like pay this off somehow, make me actually get something. So they did one more remote where Dave bought me a coat. I still have the coat, and the best part was each of those remotes at the time paid $500, which paid for a month's rent. So between those 3 remotes, I lived in New York for 3 months.
Nick, hang on just a second. How about this hat? Just slip into one of these, Nancy. Suddenly, it's the crazy neighbor lady. All right, Nancy and I are going to do the oldest clothing store joke in the world, and you just go get that Nick guy and bring him by, okay?
Agostini, ladies and gentlemen, in her brand new winter coat. It's beautiful. Take a bow, Nancy.
Moments ago, I was rocked to the very core. I was out there telling jokes to the audience, came to a joke, and I fumbled it, and I hear our producer, Nancy, do this. Oh! It's like the sound, the crowd. You go to a Rangers game, and then somebody pulls the trigger on a surefire goal, and he's wide of the net. Oh! Ouch!
Over here, it's like, not what he had in mind.
Not what he had in mind, ladies and gentlemen.